Hello, my lovely queens and kings. Welcome to this another episode of Girls Talk podcast with Nicole. Today, I am going to do something for the first time. I wonder how it's going to go. Basically, we are going to recap and I'm going to share my unrequested opinion about perfect match. Da-da-da-dam. It's an experiment. I wonder if you like listening me talking about it and if I enjoy speaking about it, because to be very honest, I'm not somebody to be like talking a lot about people. Once upon a time, I say something on my stories, but in general, I really don't like hurting people and I don't like to step on people's toes and just, say my opinion out loud, like so publicly, because a lot of times I feel like it's unnecessary. However, I feel like this show is so stupid. I'll tell you in a second why did I watch it. And obviously, to a certain extent, people in that show are just characters. It's not who they are, hopefully, on a daily basis. So it's almost like you're just talking about the movie, about the fiction. Now, let me tell you why did I watch it before I tell you what I thought about it. But like I already said, I think it's one of the most stupid shows that there is. But one day, I think last week, I was feeling a little bit sick, so I decided to take a break. And this is usually where I seek out for some brainless shows to watch and, to just watch something that doesn't require any cognitive skills or like, too much brain cells. And there it was on Netflix in my recommendations. And obviously, when I watched a few episodes, I kind of got sucked in. And yesterday I watched the not reunion but the final episode and I was like, you know what, I might as well express my opinion because I got some things to say. Again, take it with a pinch of salt, at the end of the day it's not that deep. And if by any chance anybody from the cast is watching it or like listening to it, which I really don't think so that would happen, if I'm criticizing you, obviously, I don't know you. I don't know who you are. I'm just talking about your actions on the show. And obviously, I have learned by watching and listening to Out of the Pots that a lot of times things are edited the way that actually are almost portraying the not true. As in, they can put some sound over different moment, which makes it seem the way that it actually was not at all. So of course, like I'm fully aware of it, but basically what I'm going to be judging is just what I saw and what was put out there. Okay, there are some few points. I don't think this episode is going to be ultra long because there's not that much to be said about it. But let's start from the end. Okay, I'm not going to do it chronologically. What the hell happened with the winning? I know that it was based on voting, and I know that some people showed some TikToks where people were explaining that actually it was a setup and that they agreed to vote on Nigel and Christine. But, bro, like I said, this show is so dumb, but that result shows that there's no purpose even in this show whatsoever. So yeah, Christine and Nigel won out of freaking blue. And I thought it's a shame because don't judge me, or I mean, if you want to judge me. But I saw the first season as well. Again, I don't know why. And I feel like in the first season, the couple that won, which was I think Georgia and Dom, made sense because they were really doing good for the most episodes and seemed like they're very compatible and they respected each other. So they were super cute, and I totally understand why they won. However, in this season, this couple just met like what 2 days ago, and they were crowned a perfect match, which I think is a shame because truly, I feel like undeniably everybody would agree that Steven and Alara should have won. Because, I mean, based on the title and what the show's supposed to be about, they seemed like a perfect match, right? I thought, by the way, since I'm already on them, that they were so cute. And it was just super cute narrative and storyline in this show where this bad girl and a bad boy kind of met each other and poof, they fell in love and they became so good for each other and so respectful and faithful and loyal. So yeah, that was very cute in my opinion. I was definitely rooting for them. It was really nice to see them. And also what I really liked, by the way, with them and also a few other couples, and I think that was quite different from the last season, is that there were those couples in the house that was so solid that no drama could reach them. And therefore, because there were more than two couples, or actually there were two couples and a half, who were quite solid and consistent, it was difficult, I saw sometimes with some episodes, to bring in drama or like break them and just, create some turmoil. Whereas I feel like in the first season, that was more of the times the case, right? When somebody new would come in and there were actually people coming in and out more frequently than this time. I remember with this season, there was a time where there were like two times when a new person was brought in, but then everybody matched with their old partners, and so the new person didn't even get a chance to stay one day. And I thought that was kind of funny. And I even thought to myself, oh no, like what are producers going to do now if they are so settled and so stable, all of them, because obviously they want drama. But thankfully for them, they managed to bring drama in later episodes and cause some turmoil, like I said. Let's move on to another episode that I wanted to talk about, another person, which is Harry. Yo, I liked it so much how they brought that footage back in the last episode of that party when boys were alone and girls were alone with Melinda. And I mean, obviously, I guess most people already thought that already beforehand, that he was lying, and that obviously Melinda wasn't lying about the kiss, that they kissed. But it's just so nice that the producers actually found this footage. Like, okay, they didn't catch the kiss, but they had enough evidence on camera, such as the sound where Melinda was like, oh, there are no cameras here. And then when Harry said that he can say it on camera, and when he went to the producers asking if they filmed the kiss, it's just so funny. And I'm sorry, but I'm really not a fan of this guy. Um, it's just not much to be said. I feel like, you're an F boy, and all this big talk during the show that he went through therapy and he changed just to do the same thing. Well, I don't know. I guess he has to do even more work to become who clearly he aspires to be. And I did feel quite sad for Jess, because I watched Love is Blind, obviously, and I was rooting for her. Like, I really did like her in Love is Blind. I really liked it, how she was standing up for herself. And also, I truly liked how she's somebody who won't get, again, involved in drama and let her ghetto gal get out, as in, I'm not really big fan of the yelling and cursing and stuff. I really appreciate it with people when, even if there is an issue, they can keep themselves composed, calm, and just speak their thoughts. And then, even better, what I think Jess kind of did, leave when it's time to leave instead of staying with somebody who disrespects them. I do think she stayed a tad too long. And also, another podcast that I was listening, I thought it was kind of creepy how Harry was talking about Jess' daughter when trying to justify his actions or portray himself like such a good guy. But I can imagine that it would be touching a soft spot in Jess's mother's heart. But yeah, that was a little bit weird. And also, when she was talking to Melinda. Oh my God, I really like that moment as well. So look, when that parties ended, right, and they all came back to house, and then the girls from outside also came in, and they had this confrontation with Melinda, Jess and Melinda, about the kiss. I really liked it that Jess called out Melinda as well. Because here is the thing. I mentioned it a few times already, you guys, but this is something that I really stand for, that if you, as a woman, make out with a guy who's in relationship or who is taken, and he's taken, you're just as trash as he is. Yes, I said it. Let me repeat it again. If you know a guy is taken and he's hitting on you and you are entertaining it, you equal to him. He's trash because obviously he's the one who's in a relationship, and you could say like, oh yeah, I don't owe this woman nothing because I'm not the one in a relationship, but you're still disrespecting another woman, and you should be better than that. Come on. What about girl code? Don't be this person. Don't be this woman. If you want to be this woman, go ahead, be that piece of trash, but just know I don't F with you. Like, I don't support that. So, consequently, obviously, I thought Melinda is not really my type of girl. And when Jess spoke about it to Melinda and she told her, like, okay, how did that make you feel that you kissed him back? I love that. I found it so nice that she did that because, yeah, sure, Harry is trash. He did a bad thing and he's the main bad character in that scenario. But Melinda knew that Jess and Harry are a match, right? And again, this is all fiction. Of course, at the end of the day, they were not in a real relationship. It's a reality show. But the choices Melinda made at that particular point is something that I don't really support and I don't like. And I really like it that Jess called her out for it. Of course, a lot of people said that when I was talking with them that she should have come harder for Harry because she was a little bit too soft with him. And I do also agree with that. However, at the end of the day, she left, right, the house, and so did he. So that was really nice. Another person that I wanted to say something about was Tolu. So, the thing is, I saw Tolu in few episodes of that other show that she was at. I don't know, I forgot what was it. If you don't know, that's fine as well. But she was obviously in another reality show where there was money at stake. I think she won it, by the way. You would have to there was something about stabbing people in their backs and stuff, whatever. Honestly, in that show, I found indeed Tolu a little bit of a backstabbing and selfish and individualistic, and I didn't really like that. Um, but so when I saw her in Perfect Match first episode, I was like, that girl. I wasn't really biggest fan of her character in that previous reality show. However, here I feel like maybe the circumstances, because it wasn't really about winning money, and it was also, the rules obviously were very different to the show that she was at. I feel like she got a chance to show different part of herself, which I really liked. Like, I just loved it, how drama free she was, very straight to the point, very genuine and consistent in her choices, and also not only when it comes to men, but also when it comes to girls, like who she's friends with and stuff. I really, really liked her, and I think her and I think Chris, the guy's name was, were just a cute match, like a regular nice couple, I think they were the second consistent couple next to Steve and Alara. But I do still think that Steve or Steven. Sorry, I'm so bad with names. Maybe that's why I shouldn't be recapping things. But that's why I think Steve and Alara should have won, because they had more sparkle and more chemistry, and they really seemed like, yeah, they're falling in love. That's what it looked like. I don't know if it's true or not. I do like, though, really much how Tolu was supporting Micah and kind of guiding her through standing up for herself. Because, yeah, Micah, poor thing. Again, because I'm a huge Love is Blind fan, maybe not a fan, but I watch Love is Blind anytime it comes out. I love this show. I thought Micah, I didn't really have much opinion about Micah from Love is Blind. Somehow my focus went to different people. But with Perfect Match, it struck to me big time that she's somebody who really can stand up for herself. And it was a shame because overall I thought she's a little bit a nice girl. And also another thing that I noticed with the show in general and the cast is that people from Love is Blind were the least drama type of people. Like, they were not there to act tacky, get drunk, and be yelling and stuff. And I really like that. And I really feel like maybe it's because of the type of show that they're from. Like, obviously, when they signed up for Love is Blind, there was a marriage on stake. And of course, everybody after the first season knew that they're going to get famous. But I feel like the fame was a secondary thing. Whereas people from those different shows, like Too Hot to Handle or Date and Relate, those are children type of shows, you know? Those are shows for clearly people in their early 20s who just party, get drunk, and want to get Instagram followers. So you could definitely see with Micah that she was trying to hold herself, and she really was aware, okay, that there are cameras here and I'm not going to be dramatic. However, at the end of the season, Cass, I think his name was, broke her, right, when she lost it, and she told her that, like, he's treating her badly and stuff. And again, I did truly wonder what made her stay so many days. The only reason that crossed my mind is that maybe they actually did have also really good time and good conversation, but it wasn't shown on the show because, yet again, they're there for days and weeks, right? And we only see like an hour or something. And of course, producers have to choose certain footage to create certain narrative, and that has to be engaging for people, and it has to be something to talk and criticize. Right, like I'm doing now. So I think maybe that was the thing. Maybe at the end of the day, they were not that bad. Hence, she kept on coming back to him. I hope that's the case, because if not, I can understand why would you stay for so long. And one could say possibly that the reason could be to have more screen time, right? To stay on the show and be visible a little bit more. But let's not forget that at the end of the day, those people, they already have 100K followers or whatsoever because they've been in different shows. So they are already famous-ish. So if you ask yourself, maybe like, at some point it's a good moment to ask yourself, like, okay, if I'm going to stay and disrespect myself, is this going to add anything to my fame? I don't know if they think that deep when being there. But I do think some do. Like, for instance, Xanthi, I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name well. I feel like she was the type of person who was like, well, it's cool. Like, I signed up for the show and I was planning to get some more screen time and be on another reality TV show. I feel like she wouldn't stay by any means just to stay. And I do really like how she stayed true to herself and left when it was time for her to leave. Didn't care about screen time. And also I really like it that she didn't participate in the kissing challenge because it was against her rules. So yeah, I definitely really like this type of personalities on reality TV show because, I can imagine it might be kind of tempting. And again, when alcohol is involved, your brakes are a little bit looser. And then you can do things that are harming your reputation at the end of the day a little bit. That's also something I'm thinking about myself. Like, I'm thinking if I went for a reality TV show, I really wouldn't like to get too drunk and also do things in a heat of moment to later on see myself looking really stupid and, yeah, dumb on the TV. So yeah, I really give big up to Santi that she was really on it. Great girl. Okay, another person that I wanted to say something about was Dom. I thought it was kind of shame that he was acting the way he was acting during this show because in previous season I really liked him. I thought he's like a nice guy who, of course, still reality show star, but I thought he was kind of cool and he had his values straight. Whereas I feel like with this season, he came with this F boy persona and he wasn't really respectful. But then again, maybe this time he just got a worse edit than the last time, Maybe he was just in a bad position this time. But yeah, I was very disappointed when it comes to him. And then there was this another guy from Love is Blind who I totally lost the name of, like the bald short guy, the Latino guy. Sorry, forgot his name, but if you know, you know. What a poor thing. Again, when I was watching Love is Blind, I didn't dislike him, but I feel like there were some moments that were shown on the show on Love is Blind that I was like, that was not necessary. Like when he came for that girl that he was dating before in the pots, that was not nice. But again, like a lot of times they were really drunk there. But overall, I feel like he seems like a nice guy. And now in this show, I felt so bad that he kept on being rejected and kind of pushed away by so many people. So all I want to say is that my heart was breaking for him, but it's really nice that he stayed respectful, and I feel like if anything, this show helped him to show himself from a better side, and now he can gain some fans. And another thing that I also wanted to say in general about everybody else is that I feel like with a lot of girls, sorry, it's totally not related to what I just talked about now, but overall, I feel like with a lot of girls with this show, it was like a little bit of a mean girl kind of vibe and energy, especially with the girls who are just coming to the house afterwards, who are just kind of trying to get in. And I kind of think it's karma, and it's really funny that at the end of the day, they didn't manage to get in a house, even though they were trying to be like sneaky and trying to do things that are not necessarily nice. So yeah, that was something that I noticed. But again, at the end of the day, I feel like it's definitely connected to the fact that you want to be more on the screen, right? Like you want to be more visible. So yeah, this is like my opinion about Perfect Match. I don't know if you agree with me or if you disagree. Other people, I don't even remember their names, and I feel like they were very not that interesting or intriguing. And another thing, I think the last thing that I want to say about this show is that I love those challenges, man. I wish I could go for a show like this where you, I don't know, go with your bestie or something and you can just do all those challenges, because that sounds like fun, like especially like all those physical obstacle things and stuff. And another thing, yo, by the way, the dates that they go to. That's so nice. Some of those dates I literally wrote down for myself. And when I start dating somebody, I'd be like, here's a list of places that we gonna go to and that we gonna things that we're gonna do. Because one thing that I really like is creative dates. Of course, I really love some nice dinner with champagne, la la la, or sometimes some street food, with really nice meat and stuff. But I am a sucker for fun and creative dates, like climbing in the forest or go-karting or learning some new sport activity. And I feel like they're doing such a good job with those extra days where you like paint your bodies or you do some aerial yoga. Really dope, really cool. I really, really liked it, and I wish I could do those dates. So yeah, let me know, you guys, what do you think about my recap, and let me know what did you think. I'm gonna try to see if I can somehow add some questions in my podcast in Spotify. And before I let you go, I just wanted to update you a little bit with my life. So first things first, random news. I think I'm gonna sell my car. Yeah, that is very out of character for me, and I feel like damn, I'm really, really becoming more and more Dutch, because the reason why I want to sell my car is because it's getting too expensive. And I'm not using it as much because I bike a lot. So this week I made some calculations and I was like, okay, I'm really throwing my money away when it comes to this car. And also I'm going to have the yearly checkup this year and probably will cost even more money. So I was like, I think I'm just gonna sell it. Here's another update. Also, I really would like you to not forget about signing up to Femme Confidence XXL. We are hosting another dance event at the end of the year, and we are gonna to have so many classes. And honestly, this is so crazy, you guys, because I always have so many ideas, and the list of teachers that we want to bring is endless. And I'm always so upset when these 2 days get filled in so quickly. Like, obviously, I'm very excited about people that are coming now, but I'm very impatient. So I already want to announce who's coming in April, and I already wish I could just put them in this lineup and have like 40 teachers at once. But, wow. we can't. But yeah, I hope that you got your ticket and I hope that you're as excited as I am. If you cannot come, too bad, hopefully next time, but maybe you still can move some plans around and still come. And also, I know some people said that they cannot afford the ticket, and I'm really, really sorry for you guys. I really wish I could make it more affordable, but excuse me, maybe I should make an episode about it once. But the cost of event like this are huge. You know, there are so many other costs and so much hours that I have to put into it. But, well, I guess I'm also doing it for love, not only for money, but that's the reason why tickets cost as much as they cost, you know? So yeah, just wanted to give you some random extra updates by the end of this episode. Let me know if that's weird or if you actually enjoy it. And yeah, I'm going to speak to you next week. I hope you have a wonderful week and I'm sending you lots of love and I'll speak to you soon. Bye!